Hey everybody, it's Wednesday and that means it's
New Comic Book Day.
And tonight we're reviewing The Walking Dead issue number 139. Alright, just a heads up, if you haven't read this issue, we're gonna spoil it. If you're trying to avoid spoilers for the show, we might spoil some of that too. So if you are allergic to spoilers, turn off the video now or you could swell up and die. Alright, so the issue starts and we see this sword just swishing through the air, lopping off some zombie heads, and you think for a second, oh, Michonne's back, cool, but no, psych, it was Ezekiel. So what does that mean? Oh no, right? So then we go to Rick, and he's waiting by the shore, probably the ocean, maybe river, but probably the ocean.
Yeah, probably the ocean. It's been mentioned that Alexandria is kind of in the DC suburbs, and DC's right near the ocean, so it's probably the ocean.
And just the art, it looks kind of like the ocean,
Yeah.
or a really big river. But Rick's there waiting for a boat to come in, and then the boat does come in.
Yes, and on the boat is Pirate Michonne, and she looks awesome.
Pirate Michonne is sick.
Pirate Michonne.
Pirate Michonne, how cool
She's so
is
cool.
that? Yeah.
So now we know where Michonne is and why, it wasn't her with the sword. We do find out, because Rick and Michonne go and talk, that apparently sometime during the 2 years between the last two story arcs, Michonne left Ezekiel and just essentially left the community altogether. And
Without telling anybody.
Without telling anybody. And so it seems like she was too happy and she feels like she didn't deserve it, so she left. And like you said, she didn't tell anybody, so
they formed search parties and they went out looking for her. And then apparently at some point she had to have reconnected with them because they knew she was on the boat.
Yeah, they did eventually find out that she was out on the boat. And so now she's going out and she's fishing and bringing it in for the communities.
And because the human population is almost non-existent now, the fish population in the ocean has exploded. So now it seems like fish is going to be their primary source of nutrition.
Yeah, and it kind of needs to be because you can't really have livestock because the
not with
zombies
the walkers,
will eat it. Yeah.
So, they keep talking about this fair. We've heard it mentioned a couple of times in the last few issues, this fair that they're going to put on. It sounds like an annual thing, but you know something's going to happen. You
can't have something like a fair in the apocalypse be mentioned in the comic and something not happen.
Yeah, not in this universe.
Yeah.
Some shit's going to go down. Now, Negan is still imprisoned.
Yes.
So I'm thinking he's going to escape or something like that's going to happen.
And I don't know what's going to happen with Negan. Does he escape? Does something else happen and they have to bring him out to help them? Whatever. So we haven't seen or heard about Magna and her group since Magna and Negan had their little tete-a-tete. And she was just mentioned by Rick in this last issue.
Rick brought her to meet Michonne.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of a little foreshadowing that something's going to happen with Negan. Yeah. I don't know if it'll include Magna and her group because we don't really have a good feel for them yet.
I don't trust Magna necessarily. I don't dislike her at all. I just think she's like a female version of Rick where she's completely mistrustful. Sort of, if you're watching the show right now, she's kind of where Rick was in the last episode where she's not really trustful and she's not sure whether or not she can count on these people.
Yeah. Also in this issue, we got to check up on Carl and his little story. Apparently he's not very good at stalking people in the woods because he's only missed 2 meals.
So we're thinking about 6 to 8 hours.
6 to 8 hours he's been gone.
And he's already been caught.
I think Alpha's aware that he came for Lydia. Yeah. I think she's kind of in on that. And it seems like they're just going to kind of absorb him into the group. Yeah. Now, whether he does this or not, because of what Lydia said, we don't know.
He might have a plan, you don't really know. But given some of the teaser art that we've seen online, it does seem like he's going to be absorbed into the group, at least temporarily, until he enacts whatever plan he has or whatever.
We don't know yet if Lydia was telling the truth or if she was lying when she told Carl about all this stuff. She could have been lying just to lure him out. Maybe she wants him to join the group, but now that he's joined, she'll be like, oh yeah, I was lying, I just wanted you to come with, and I didn't think you'd come if I just asked.
Since she's Alpha's daughter, maybe she's looking for a mate or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's chosen Carl, and that's how she got him to come along. And just to give you kind of an insight as to where Michonne is emotionally and mentally here, I'm going to read the last couple of panels. This is Michonne speaking to Rick. After everything you've done, after everything you've lost, do you really feel like you deserve to be happy? And Rick responds, yes, and so do you. Get your shit together, Michonne, and stop punishing yourself for shit that wasn't your fault. And go home. Meaning, go home to Ezekiel. And so maybe we'll see, a reconciliation between Michonne and Ezekiel, which I would like to see because I like their pairing in the comic.
Yes, I very much like their pairing in the comic. I like their pairing in the comic. I think it works really, really well. However, in the show, if they do end up introducing Ezekiel, I don't think the show Michonne will work well with Ezekiel. I don't think she'd put up with his crazy shit.
Right.
But I love them in the comics. Because comic Michonne is definitely different than TV show Michonne. TV show Michonne.
Comic Michonne is a little more emotionally erratic.
Yeah.
Than the television show version.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so that is our review / recap of The Walking Dead number 139. One thing we would like to do, Saturday we would like to start doing videos, a little more viewer interaction, viewer participation. So if you would please comment down below with a question or a topic. It doesn't have to be Walking Dead related. It can be about anything you would like. And we will read all of them, choose the one that we feel like we could make the best video with, and that'll be our Saturday videos. We'll call it, I don't know, something like Saturday topic of the week or question of the week or something like that. So please comment down below, like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.